What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Grind Force Gaming. Nova here with another Street Fighter Duel video, and today we are going to be talking about the new event that just came out, the release of Summer Elena and the Midsummer Adventure. But before we do that, what I want to do is hop into the system announcements here and take a look at these updates. So I'm sure most of you have already read through these, and if you haven't, definitely take the time to do so. It just talks about what's going on right now and also acknowledges that we're going to have a 6-month anniversary event. So what I want to talk about is down here at the bottom, and this could easily be missed by people. So I just wanted to cover this really quickly before we talk about Summer Elena and the event. The X move will automatically unleash during auto battles. Players can turn off this setting and manually unleash X moves in auto battle. This is an insane change to the game because this was a problem before, because you don't always need to play in manual, and playing in auto is totally fine unless you need to alternate skills, but often you don't have to. But the problem was that you were using X moves sometimes when you didn't need to do so. And what would happen then is you might heal when you don't need to. That's honestly the biggest issue, is like the heals going off before you actually need them to assist your fighter. So to do this, what we're going to do is just go into settings, go into game settings, and then under battle settings right here on the right hand side under PvP damage prompt, you can turn off use X moves during auto battle. So it allows you to still play in auto, but then manually use the X moves. That's amazing. And that's going to really help you guys get higher scores in the Midsummer Adventure when you're doing the boss fight. So let's just hop in here. This looks pretty similar to most of the limited time events that we have for special summon fighters. The difference here with this one is that Elena is actually a normal faction fighter, which is the first time that they've ever done this. But aside from that, this looks almost identical to what we just had with Gouken, right? We have the Bloodlust here where you can do in-event upgrades for your fighters. We have the title party where they're going to have every few days bosses exchanging out that you can do boss fights for. This is a great way to test your teams out. This is where being able to use your X moves in manual is going to be extremely helpful for you guys. And Island Revelry, just like with Gouken, this is just a standard event we have here, like a progressive event with some puzzles and some fights that you can do to get rewards for it. What's very cool about this now is also for the first time they're giving us copies of the fighter. They have never done this before. So you're actually going to be able to get 2 copies of Elena just from finishing the first 2 events of this, which is really amazing. I can't believe that they're making these changes. This is something that we've been talking about for a long time. A lot of creators have been bringing this up, and they have just decided they don't want to do it. But here they are today doing it, which is just incredible. I guess the devs are listening. We've got a little bit of aerial gifts here. It's just some random things that you can get. Special summon, you're going to see that Summer Elena is now available in here to choose if you do wish to do so. And aside from that, we just have the trial and then her supplies as well. So for this priority, I think it depends on you personally. However you're doing on your gear upgrades, or if you need boost stones for your FS30s, then that might be priority for you. But I will say that if you don't really need those, then this is going to be #1 priority. You need to be getting these and using them on either Sea Viper or Evil Ryu or Gouken if you have those fighters. This is going to be extremely important, or even Summer Elena if you do decide to draw for her. I did a video already about the trial realm. So if you haven't seen that, I'll put a card up here at the top for you. You can definitely check that out, see the team compositions that I use to get the rewards super fast. It's not a very difficult trial, but some of the team comps are a little bit tricky. There's a dull seam in one of them that you have to deal with, so definitely check that video out. What I want to do here is go into the Island Revelry, and let's just tackle this puzzle, because I know that these give people a hard time off and on. So to do this puzzle, you're first going to just move all the way up here to the top. We'll move this one over, and then we're going to move it all the way down. So let's get this down here into the corner. We're going to go over here, move this one up, move this one here. And then I think what we need to do we move this one all the way down? Yeah, I think so. Because we need to get back up top. So if we move this one here, we can then yeah, that's how we do this one. Okay, so just like that. Pretty simple. Move this one forward. This one we're going to move down. We'll go here, move this over. And then we just have to finish this last one. So not too hard. It's kind of weird. You have to maneuver those 2 boxes a little bit in order to make room to make your way up there, but that'll do it. Okay, perfect. And it's important that you guys do this as quickly as possible because you want to get all of these, what are they called? I forget what they're called, but you need them for the Bloodlust. These, you want to get all of your manuals so you can get as many upgrades as you can so that you can maximize your points on the first boss within these first couple days. For team compositions here, as always, you can kind of alternate your tag position here. It can be Elena, it can be Sea Viper, it can be Abel, it can be Summer Yang if you want. But ideally, if you're using Sea Viper, you're going to want to do that. You're going to want the speed from Zangief, the potential interrupt, and then using this team composition should make things pretty simple for you. But each matchup is a little bit different. You may need to change them out. As far as DPS goes, you're going to want to use either Viper, Guile, or one of the special summon fighters if you do have them. But Viper works extremely well. So I'm just going to progress through this, and then we'll check the rewards at the end. Okay, so we have a new box puzzle here. I have not tried this one yet, so let's see if we can just figure this out as we go. First two moves are pretty clear. I think, well, this is going to have to go up because we have to move this one over, and it would block it if we could not do it. Okay, I think actually this one might be pretty simple. Let's just move this up. This one's going to go over twice, and then up into the corner. This one we can move down once. Okay. Not too hard. But in case you're having a hard time with it, this is the best way to do it. And well, maybe even the only way. Sometimes there are multiple options. Ooh, soul stones on that one. That's awesome. Okay, we got one more fight here to go. We'll just finish this one really quickly, and then we'll try the boss fight out, see if we can get the maximum points the first round. The Zangief Sea Viper play is just so good. Okay, time for the boss. Let's see if we can get top points first round. I think we should. I think we should be okay. I'm already, my fighters are pretty strong already, so I think it should be possible. But if not, if you don't get the high score the first time around, the Bloodlust manuals that upgrade your fighters for the event take effect in these trials as well. So if you just wait a couple days, upgrade those stats a little bit more, then you'll eventually just get it. So I wouldn't worry too much about it or spend too much time trying to do it day one, because if you just wait a few days, then you'll get it easily. This is pretty good. They're surviving so far. That's mostly the key to these fights, is just making sure that your fighters can stay alive for the majority of the battle, because they have a lot of nuking capabilities for the bosses. Okay, got it. Perfect. And here we go. Here's the first draw. The very first pull for Summer Elena. She seems really good. I want to do more testing with her and do like a comprehensive overview. I've not done really much with her aside from the trial, so I don't want to say too much about her at this point in time. I need to test more and read up more on her skills, but it might be worth pulling for her because right now, as far as I'm aware, since she is the normal faction, you're going to use regular fodder for her. So you only need to get, like 8 copies of her to get to SSS, and you're going to get 2 for free from the event for sure. We know that already. So you need to get 6 more copies. So if you have enough tickets saved up, getting her to SSS during this event is definitely a possibility. But again, like I said, I haven't done enough testing with her to know if that's what I want to do or not. So I think what we want to do here is get some defense and crit damage. We'll just use all these up, and then we're going to try one of these fights and see what we can pull off. Okay, speed is always really important. I think this one's for burn damage. Is that one for burn damage? Crit rate. Let's just unlock this and see what this is. We can always reset these and try new ones. Damage to, okay, that's huge because I'm using Dulcim a lot, so let's definitely get that one leveled. Then this one, damage bonus, we'll just take some additional damage bonus. So this is just kind of what I'm working with right now. Like I said, you can reset it down in the bottom left, so if you want to change things up, you can definitely do that and just try out different combinations, but we'll leave this one as is for the moment. And I'd like to just hop in and run. Guys, I have so many vehicle tokens. I told myself I would wait to do any special summons until I hit 500 tickets, and I have that now. And I also have been saving up my vehicle tokens just because I didn't know what this Summer Elena drop was going to look like and if she's going to be really good. But I have 65,000 vehicle tokens, so I think I'm pretty well set to get one of these limited summon fighters and get them maxed pretty quickly. But what I'd like to do now, like I said, is just hop into the actual title party and let's see what we can do score-wise here. So I'm not using Summer Elena. I just got my first copy of her. She's not, I don't think she's probably usable at that point because her heal is based off her HP, and as an A grade, she's going to be pretty low in that regard. And I did not turn off the auto X moves, so they're going to go automatically right now. I'll play around with that later and get better at using those because I already know if I don't practice, I'll just forget to use them. So what we'll do now, I'm using, this is my first team. If you don't have Flame Chun-Li, that's okay. You can use somebody else. I just use her because she does extremely well on bosses with Dulcim. So what we're going to do here is go into auto, or turn off auto for a second, let the speed bar go up a little bit. I'll start at about now. We'll see what happens. It's a toss-up right now. When he has his shield up, he dishes damage out as true damage, if I remember correctly from reading his skills earlier. So the problem that you run into is, like, as the stacks build up from Flame Chun-Li, if Dulcim hits him while his shield is up, he just gets nuked. So it's kind of difficult to time things correctly, but this is looking like a pretty good run. Dulcim stayed alive. It queued up to get him to use his super. So what we're going to do here is do this, and then I can get that one off one more time. So it'll be that should be a pretty good run. I think that's the highest score I've gotten so far. This one is hit or miss. I don't really know what to expect from this team, but I do want to use this X move first. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to unleash the skills here. Same thing. There's like a timing that you can try to work out where you can maybe make sure that, like, your heaviest hitting units aren't doing their super or their combos while the shield is up, so that you don't have to worry about them getting nuked so quickly. But I think that you can avoid that now, like needing to worry about that, by turning off the auto X move thing and using them manually, because then you can control your higher heals for your stronger teams. But you can also try and time it. Like, there's a way with Dulcim that I can time it roughly around how I did the last time, where his C3 won't always hit on the shield later in the game, and that's when he's dealing all the damage, so it helps keep him alive. As long as you get the 50 stacks from Chun-Li, then you're good. She can get knocked out. This is just, I don't know, this is just a whatever team. I don't really know what to do with this team, to be honest, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I should probably, I had Viper with Fashion Blanca. I should probably have her in this team and take out Cammy. There would be more damage being dealt here. I'm not going to realize my full damage potential on this because I don't think I have the right setup for this, but I also haven't really played around with it that much. I just kind of put the teams together, got the rewards, and then I wanted to do this video and then show you guys. So I'll tweak this more as I go and just kind of see how it evolves with time. But yeah, this is a pretty low scoring team. But nonetheless, I should still have my highest score yet. Okay, so not too bad. 485 million. That puts me in 8th place in my battle zone. A lot of whales in my battle zone though, so getting top 3 is probably not really possible. For my server, rank 1, that's pretty good, but the whales in my server have not played yet. The big whales at least have not played yet. Some of these people are, like Barrelman is one for sure, but I think he stopped spending, so I've surpassed him at this point. Okay, not bad. So that's going to get me all of the rewards. Perfect. Well, I will keep tweaking this team, and I'll probably make a video later on showing a better score as well, because I'd like to see myself probably get in somewhere around 600 million. I think that that's possible, especially if I optimize my second and my third team. But overall, guys, so far the event is really good. It's a lot of fun. I like when they have all these options and things that we can play around with, and I also love being able to do the title party. Like, don't like avoid this part of the game. Like, even if you're not getting high scores, it's fine. This is the best way that we have right now to test team compositions, especially for 3 teams. So whenever events like this come up, utilize this as best as you can. Spend a lot of time in here, tweak your teams, move fighters around, see what works better, really learn the game by taking advantage of this like never-ending boss fight that you can just do as many times per day as you want. It's definitely worth it. It'll make you a better player for sure. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Cheers.